It's Lo from Custom Creations by Lo, and I hope you are all doing wonderful today. Today we are going to pour a mold that I just received from Let's Resin, and it is the pumpkin mold. I know a lot of y'all have seen it. I have seen it, and I wanted to do it since, fall is coming up to see how it turns out. So I have some alcohol ink by the brand that I've been using. It's actually orange red, so we're going to try it. And then today, while I was going through some more of my craft stuff, I discovered I have a whole kit or whatever of the Pearl X mica powders. Totally forgot I had them. So I am going to use this, let's see if I can see what it says. Spring green in the stem of the pumpkin, and the orange red for the pumpkin itself, and then for the lid. And I think if what I read correctly, and I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it said can hold up to 10 ounces, but I am not going to do 10 ounces. I could be wrong in that. I mean, it possibly could. So I'll go ahead and mix 10 ounces up. And if we have leftover, we have leftovers. We'll find something to do with it, I'm sure. And go from there. Now, also today, I did it off camera, but I am working on a mold over here. It is a candy corn little statue thing that I purchased at the dollar store. Sorry, I'm trying to get my camera there. And I thought that would be so cute to try to make a mold of. So that's setting over here. I may try to pour it tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see how this goes. But let's go ahead and get our resin mixed up. I will be using the Bond Crafter 1-to-1, part A and part B. And get it mixed up, and then we'll go from there. First, you know what? Yeah, let me go ahead and get it mixed up, and then while it degasses, I will go ahead and paint the stem in the pumpkin mold. So let's go ahead. So we're going to do 5 ounces of part A and 5 ounces of part B, and mix it up. Okay, so I hope everybody's doing great today. I hope that you have had a wonderful hump day. And right over that slightly. Get it just a little bit back in there. It's been a really nice temperature here this past week. A little cool to get in the pool, which is sad, but nice weather to get out and maybe do some projects outside. I'm sad though because they've said that the hummingbirds have already started to migrate back to the warm places. Can't blame them. I'm sure it's a little chilly out there for them. Normally will have them up through at least the second week of October. We have been noticing they are plumping up, getting ready for that long trip, and you may or may not know it. Hummingbirds can fly up to 500 miles in one day. Imagine that. Those little things can fly up to 500 miles in one day. Now I'm going to go ahead and put this in here because I'm going to be using this big cup to mix things up. I just hate seeing them leave every year. The only good thing is thanks to my brother, I do have the recordings from the smart feeder that he had gotten me for my birthday in April. And I have a bunch of recordings from them visiting the feeders, but I do track them regularly every year as far as their migrations. And come March, seems a long way away, but time does pass by fast. I will check the migration track, see where they've been spotted, and plan accordingly to that. All right, so we got that in there. Let's go ahead and get our A. So I spent the better part of this afternoon, again, going through some of my craft stuff, trying to organize it so things are more accessible and not on my floor, or, you know, likewise areas. And I had a little cart that was in one of the closets, one of those drawer carts. It's got like 12 drawers, I guess, or so. And I arranged my glitters in there, and my mica powders, and my paste, and my gloves, and all that good stuff. So it's not here on my desk taking up space. Got this big old cup from the Dollar General store. It was $1. And what I like about it is big. So if you need, you know, mix up a lot of resin, you can do it that. But it's also seamless. There's no ridges, bumps, lumps, or whatever in the cup itself. There are some on the outside, but it does not go through to the inside. And if I'm not mistaken, I think I've seen Michelle and Glitz and Glitter has used one. And when I was at the store the other day, I happened to see 2 of them. I'm like, hey, let's get one. So guess what? I did. I mean, for $1, you know, really can't go wrong. All right. I think we got about all that out of there. And we'll get to stirring. Excuse me. Okay. Get these little drips. Oops. Knocking things over. All right. Have Alexa set a timer. Alexa, set timer for 3.5 minutes.
3 minutes and 30 seconds, starting now.
Yeah, this thing could easily hold 20 ounces. That's how big this is. This would work with some of those resin mixers. You know, it would probably fit on top of here, as big as it is. And it's very sturdy. I mean, it's not a thin plastic. I mean, it's hard. So again, I think it would work for those. I'm eager to see how this little corn candy piece comes out, because it's super cute. I think it was like $1, $1.25 at Dollar General. I bought it at the same time that I bought this cup. I like this cup because it's, again, it's smooth side. There's no, you know, seams or ridges, you know, that prevent you from just sliding your stirring stick or whatever you may be using all the way around and it catching. So I do like that. You know, some of these cups, they do have those little bumps and stuff on them, and they annoy me. Now, I want to say thank you to all those that have subscribed. If you're a new subscriber, thank you so much for joining us. It's a pleasure to have you here. Please do make sure you are commenting on the videos. That helps it grow, as well as like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification button. Share with your friends and your family. Hopefully, like I said, I'm trying to grow, and yeah, it's kind of slow, but you know, slow and steady win the race. That tortoise has proven that. And again, I do appreciate all of you that are watching and have subscribed. It means a lot to me. I know my videos are not perfect, but I haven't watched any that are perfect. I may just, you know, a little rough around the edges. Alexa, stop. So it was Alexa telling me our time is up. So I am going to split this into 2 cups while I paint the stem of that pumpkin. I don't want it to flash cure me. I've only had that happen one time, and I think it was either my first or second resin pour, and I about panicked. The thing was, oh, I just ripped the glove. It was so hot you couldn't touch it. It was boiling. It was smoking. I was scared it was going to explode and, you know, mess up floors or my carpet, you know, start a fire or something like that. Thankfully, I have not had that happen again. And I'm very, very thankful for that, because that was very scary. All right, we'll let those sit here. What's in here? Okay. That sit there. I'll let this sit here. That way I can keep watching it, and we can get this painted up. It's a pretty green. I must have liked these Diankapours too, because I noticed a lot of the jars pretty close to being empty. But I was also excited that I had them, because, you know, a lot of folks that I know and, you know, videos I watch, they all talk about, you know, Pearl-Ex and how wonderful they are and stuff. And so when I realized that I had a whole color palette of them, I was super hyper. Isn't that pretty? All right, see if we can get that back down in there. And then we'll clean up the inside. Probably could have done that without pulling it out, but oh well. We'll take a little baby wipe here, just kind of wipe all that up. And like I said, I had these from when I was doing fluid art. And so this must have been one of the colors I really like, because it's not much in the jar, but hey, I'll take what I can get. So I was watching one of my people that I subscribed to the other day, and somebody left her a comment that said she used to watch, but she's not no more, or something like that, because this person talked too much. Well, I mean, Do you want long silences to where you're just sitting there watching somebody and there's no, vocals or anything like that? And if that's the case, then maybe you should watch the voiceovers. Even those sometimes can sound like a person is talking a lot. And if you really don't like it, don't watch. But don't have to be rude, You really don't. No reason. We are supposed to be a crafting family. Everybody, I don't know. I'll just leave it at that. But I'm sorry that happened to this person because she definitely did not deserve to have that. And it was just uncalled for. And my friend knows who she is. So, just had to say that for you. I'm mentioning no names. All right. And I just realized I don't have my good glasses on that I can actually see with. So let me just put those on so I can just make sure I got that cleaned up really well. And see, I didn't. So I'm glad I put my glasses on. Just a little baby wipe. That's all I'm using. Okay. That looks pretty good. Clean up my little over sprinkles here. And my drips. Forgot about my little mold I'm making over there. All right, so we're going to go ahead. We're going to pour the lid first. See how we've done on our debubbling. I know I could put this through the debubber, but it just takes so long sometimes. All right. And Bond Crafter really does demold really well. We're going to let it sit there at least another minute or so. It's not getting hot or anything yet. I do need to check. I do not think this cup size will fit in my debubbler because I don't have like a vacuum chamber. It's just a regular, standard debubbler. And I don't, yeah, it would be a tight fit for it, so. All right, let's go ahead and use some of this. Oh, no, I want to put orange in there. This yellow red. Five drops. We'll stir that and see what it looks like. I do want it transparent. I'm thinking I'm gonna put some more. That's pretty pale. Pretty pale. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's pretty. I think I'm putting glitter in it, just a little bit. Oops. Did y'all see that? I just slung that over there. I think I'm going to put a little glitter in here just to give it some pizzazz. It's nice to be able to see all my glitters and not have to go searching. Well, what if instead of doing glitter, I did these orange red flakes? Can y'all see that? Isn't that pretty? I think we'll do that. Just a little bit. Yeah, I think that'll be pretty. I think I'll put a drop of glue in there too, because oh, that's going to be pretty. Look at that. Put a drop of glue in it just to make sure it suspends. And we're using Elmer's clear glue. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's got 6 ounces in there, but I think I'm just going to do the 5. I think that'll be plenty because these foil flakes are pretty lightweight. Yeah, I'm pretty satisfied with that. So let's go ahead and get that in the lid. I'm going to try to dome this some. Oops, that was probably just a bit too much. Well, might be just the right amount, to be honest. All right, so let's move that out of the way, right up there. And I know we're going to need some more of that, so I'm going to mix some more into there. And then we have extra. If we need more, we'll still have a little bit in here. And we'll put a few more drops of this in there since we're introducing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'll probably put a few more flakes in there since we've added a little bit of resin. Okay. It's not quite stirred. That's better. All right. Whatever I read must have been right, because I think we're going to need some more. Hopefully with what's in the cup, we'll fill this rest of this up. So we'll see. I mean, it's close. Now for the mold that I made, I did use the Nick Pro silicone rubber again. I liked the way it worked last time. Even though I did have a little bit of issue with stickiness. And so today, when I mixed it up, I measured it by weight with my little scale that, again, I forgot that I had. And so I'm hoping that I don't have that stickiness that I had with those little kitty cat molds that I had did. Oh, sorry, my nose is itching. All right. I think we got out all we can get out of this cup. We'll mix that up. This is probably going to be too much, so we'll probably do something else. 2, 3, 4, 5. This is, I think, going to be really pretty. I'm liking this orange red alcohol ink with these flakes. Alright. Yep. We are going to have just a little bit left, and that's fine. We'll just find something to put it in, no big deal. What do y'all think? Y'all think that's going to be pretty? I need to stick here though, because I've been working on trying to get this silly table level, but so far it's, there we go. Since we've done that, I can probably go ahead and add just a touch more. Okay. I know what I am going to do with this color, because I think it would be gorgeous, is get my little butterfly mold out and make some butterflies and find something else to do and use the rest of it for the butterflies. So give me just a minute and I will be right back. Okay, thank you for waiting. So I got my butterfly molds out. And I also found a mold that a friend of mine gave me. I have not used it yet. We'll make it a little drip mold. It's diamond shape mold, and it's actually pretty sturdy. So we'll pour some in that. We'll do the butterflies, and then we'll just make this a drip mold for some other time. Oops, there he is. This actually almost fills this thing up. I guess you'd have to make it as thick as it's supposed to be, but so maybe you won't do butterflies. Pretty close. Yeah, really want some butterflies with this, so I'm going to take some of that out just because I do want some butterflies in this color, and the intended purpose of this is to be drip or leftover resin, so I really want this color in the butterflies. And I know I'm making a horrible mess. It's got that glue in there, so it just, it's yeah. All right, so let me see how much we have here. Get me a little stick. See if I can move over the pumpkin without causing a catastrophe. We did it. I want y'all to be able to see what I'm doing. So I'm going to let that degas a little bit. Well, I guess we can spray it here. Try not to break that surface tension. Let's go ahead and get our butterflies. What did I just do with the little stick? I don't want a big stick. I want a little stick. A little stick. There we go. All right. And like I've said before, these little molds are awesome because they only take like a drop, and when you put that resin on there, it just sucks it down into the mold. Although I'm not liking this with this glue, so maybe that wasn't a good decision. You know, never know until you try, though, right? Oops. I think I can slide that over to the other one. Oh, there's a lot. And I'm just making messes. Yeah, I don't like when I put glue and stuff. It just makes a mess. Oh, goodness. Maybe I should have just put this into that diamond mold. Because I sure enough am making a giant sized mess. Note to self, next time do not use resin with glue in it for butterflies. Do not like it. And I would give you full permission to laugh at my silliness, because you could say, what in the world was she thinking? It won't bother me a bit, because, you know, I'm the one that did it. I made the decision. Best decision? Nope. Worst decision I've ever made? Nope. Now, mind you, my friends, these are not normally this hard to get the resin into. They usually you put a drop in there and it just sucks it right on down, but I guess this glue makes it a little more challenging since it is a very teeny tiny mold and the resin don't really drip the way it would if there was no glue in it. But they'll be pretty, I think, this color. Anyone out there try doing these little butterflies with glue in your resin? If you have, I'm sorry. Hope you have better success than I am. If you haven't, don't do it. Don't do it. Save yourself the headache. Because, you know, having to do cleanup on things this little is never fun. Having to do cleanup is not fun in itself. Having to do on something this tiny is, it makes you just want to say, you know what, it ain't worth it. Throw the suckers away. Let's see if I can clean these off some. That's one. Alright, that's two. Set this out of the way. Get the rest of this in there. Should probably just stuck it in there and, you know, just do its thing. And I don't know if I'll make any, we'll put any more resin in this. Like I said, I don't think it would need to be filled 100%. We'll see. We'll see what I feel like once it's cured. Never know. I'm definitely not mixing up any more for this tonight. I can tell you that. Alright, let me get my other spatula. So I'm get all this. Oh man, I'm done. My pumpkin's done overfloweth over here. So I have to clean that up. I don't know if I hit it or if it's that on level. I think we got all of that from this cup. We'll set it there, see if we can get this clean up over here. okay. I'm not going to do it right now, but I probably will in a little while. Probably about an hour thereabouts. Put this on the heat mat. I'm just making all kinds of a mess today. Goodness. Oh no, and then I spilled my lid. Ugh. Move these all the way here. Yeah, resin's getting warm because it's got the glue in there, so. All right. I think those both spilled over because I hit my leveling board. So I think that was my fault. So right now what I'm doing is I'm going to clean up my stuff. I'm going to pause this and I will bring you back when it's time to demold it and finish it up. So I hope that you have a great evening and I will see you later. All right, bye. Hello everybody, welcome back. It's Lo. Just coming back for the demold of our pumpkin and the extra that we had. I decided not to pour anything else in it because, well, I don't really think it needs it. The products we used was the red orange alcohol ink or orange red, the Pearl-Ex spring green, and these little orange red foil flakes. And depending upon how this works out, I am going to try to do something with this green and gold ribbon, maybe to tie around the pumpkin lid. We will see how that goes. So let's first do the extra. Oh yeah, by the way, I did do the orange butterflies. I demolded them off camera because I needed the molds for another pour, but this is kind of like what they look like, and I will take a picture so that you can see them better. They turned out really pretty. I like that color. So I'm sorry I had to demold those without you, but anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and get the extra mold. Again, this was a diamond mold. A friend gave it to me, never poured in it. It's 3/4 of the way full, as you can see by the line here. I did not fill it up completely, only because, I don't know, I just didn't really feel the need that I was going to take or add really anything to it other than, you know, height. you know, somebody can use it as a paperweight. I don't know. I don't know what people do with these things, because I don't really use them myself. However, if you're interested in this kind of thing, let me know. I will be more than happy to make them for you in whatever color you want, or clear, doesn't matter. So you can email me at my email that's in my description link, and I will be happy to get that taken care of for you. Right now I'm just getting off some of these little drips. I was planning on doing that before I come back, but I just ran out of time, so I do apologize for that. Now I'm super excited to see how this pumpkin turned out. This is my first time pouring that mold as well. So let's see if we can get this diamond out. It shouldn't be too hard, one would think. Okay. Not too bad, not too shabby. It's very shiny. I do have a little bit of trim up since I didn't fill it all the way up. I don't know, maybe I'll finish it off with clear resin or some UV resin. What do you think? It is kind of pretty. Don't have any bubbles in it, which is good. Really wouldn't have expected any because there was not really any hang-up areas. But I'll trim that off or decide what I'm going to do with it. So that's that. First, we will do the pumpkin lid mold. I did let this set probably about an hour, hour and a half before I turned the heat mat onto it. A little bit of over pouring this. But yeah, I'm really excited to see how this turned out. My eyes are itching me so bad. I've been sneezing all day too. Alright. I don't have any fingernails right now, and what I do have, they are super, super short. So oh, that's cute. Get the mold pop back in there. Alright. Get that there. So here's, oh, that's pretty. Look at the lid. It's got a nice lip on it. It's nice and transparent. I do wish that the stem was a little darker. I may paint that with some acrylic markers. We'll see. Or I just may use this ribbon that I got out to kind of accent it. Let's see. I could actually do it in threes. 1, 2, 3. This is just a rough estimate. And this kind of clip, you know, just as an ideal. Again, I don't know if I will do it like that, but there we have it. So we'll let that sit there. Let's get on to the main part of the pumpkin, which if it turned out anywhere near this lid, which I don't know if you could see those flakes in there in that color. I mean, they just sparkle and it gives it some more shine. No bubbles. Woohoo, no bubbles. All right. Let's see. So far, ouch, so good. Sorry, I got to put it against me. Hope y'all can see that. I'm just rolling it over. There we go. Get my mold turn right here. Okay. All right, there we go. That is absolutely gorgeous. I love that color. I love the foil flakes in there. Glad I put the glue in there so it's suspended all throughout. No bubbles. No bubbles. A little bit of trim, trim to be done in the bottom, but that's gorgeous. Let's see how the lid fits. Perfect! Yay! It's perfect! What do y'all think? Is that not the cutest thing ever? It turned out so pretty. So my question to myself will be, do I take an acrylic marker and do the lines on it, or should I just leave it as is with nothing, or should I take this cord do it a different way? I do have some jute that I could use instead of this. This was just what I had closest to me. And I could take it like this. Of course, cut the ends off. Oh, you know what else would be pretty? My brain is on fire now. Is if I take this, use UV resin, and go do all the lines. That would be a lot of work, but it sure would be pretty. What do you think? So just imagine this, ouch, all the way around. Oops. Kind of like so. What do y'all think? Let me know in the comments, because which one you think. Alone, totally, nothing done to it. This cord wrapped around, maybe with the bow, or maybe jute wrapped around. Even jute could go here, or this cord. So let me know in the comments. The first person that responds will have that decision. So don't be shy. Let me know what you think. And matter of fact, let's do it this way. Instead of the first person, the first 5 people that respond, I will randomly choose a number out of those 5 to decide which way we go. Now, if one of the ways gets, one vote more than the other, then obviously we will go with the majority, and that's what we'll do. But yeah, I really think that cord in here would be beautiful. All right, friends, so I will get some final pictures of it without anything on it, like I said, because I don't want to, I want to go with the majority. And then I will list it once I've got it completely done. It will be on my shop. Please do like, share, comment, subscribe. Help me grow my channel. I have discount codes that are in my description link, as well as my email. And I will have all the products used in my description link. And I hope that you will subscribe and that you will share it. And I would love to see you back. So thanks again. Have a great evening, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.